Wheelchair User 2. Roll the intro. One of the people that follows me on TikTok asked me a question today. He said, hi Cooksy, he said, are you planning on going up Kilimanjaro first or do Everest Base Camp? Because he'd heard that Kilimanjaro was easier. So I thought, well, I don't think so. And I did a quick check on Google and went, no, it's harder. But apparently you see more places advertising do Kilimanjaro for charity than you do Everest Base Camp. No ideas why. So, several differences. Everest Base Camp route, from what I've seen, is a singular route, which disadvantages and advantages. Advantages, it's the route between the villages. The people that live up there, that's how they get up and down. That's their route. So, you go up those footpaths quite wide. The bridges are quite solid, by the looks of it. You can walk half a dozen cows across it. It's fine for me. But so you stop at a village every night at a tea house in a proper bedroom. Now, apparently they look quite nice, but they're not heated. So depending on what time of year that you go and which company you go with, if you go with a company, you rent a sleeping bag off of one of these big, thick Arctic things. So I can't wait to do that. So that'll be really good. Because I'd like to do Everest March 26. I don't know what March is like. Just really cold. But if it's clear, that's nice. Because a number of years ago, I went to Bonneville Salt Flats, you know, where they do the fastest cars. And if you've ever seen these programs, it's clear blue sky, there's not cloud in the sky, and this sand is just white. And when I was there, it was foggy. All you could see was fog, about 20 feet done. Completely wrong time of year, middle of winter, but there you go. So Everest is, don't quote me on these numbers, I do have them written down. It's something like 17,500 feet, 5,500 metres. So you've walked from about 9,000 feet up to 18, which is not too bad, 17.5. But Kilimanjaro is 18.5, 18.75. And it's another 550 metres, so that's another 1,500 feet. Well, anything over 7,000 feet. In fact, I think climbers have it, is it 4,000 feet or 7,000 feet? That you're high altitude. So you're always high altitude. It's always a struggle. That's why I'm trying to do my walks with a big, heavy backpack. So when I do both Kilimanjaro and Everest Base Camp, I'll still use the same backpack, but it'll be a lot lighter filled. But I'm used to carrying the extra weight. So it's less weight, less oxygen. So it sort of tries to work itself out. But when you go up Kilimanjaro, and there's about 10 different routes, it literally is just a pinnacle mountain in the middle of nowhere, and there's just routes all over. Some are shorter than others. If you've had no higher altitude experience in the last couple of months, you try and do a short route. They take your oxygen, they put one of these thumb things on, or your finger thing, and they do your oxygen level. If you fall below a certain point, you go down. That's it, you're done. You don't go any higher, and today you go down 1,000 feet minimum. So a lot of people that do the short walk, it's like, oh, it's less than a week. All right, well, 6 days. I don't have 12 days. I'll do it in 6 days. No, you won't. You'll get part way up and they'll send you back down again. But the one I quite fancy is you go up, I think it's like from the north or the east side, and you go up, and then there's a crater, a volcanic crater rim, and it's about 2 or 3 days around the rim while you're acclimatising all the time. And then you go up to the top. That's like 99.9% of people get up there, whereas some of the other ones, they're like sort of 70%. So anyway, so that's just some details. I'll show you some pictures tomorrow. Oh, and when you go on Kilimanjaro, they are starting to make some sleeping huts. But up Kilimanjaro, you're on a bed, on a camp bed, in a tent. So, that'd be a bit more fun. But Everest certainly looks more civilised, a bit easier. Would I fancy going to the top of Everest? Absolutely love to. Not going to. So base camp is 17,800 feet. You go up a few more thousand feet, you get above 22,000 feet. Every minute you spend above 22,000 feet, you're dying. Your body starts to break down. So the quicker you get up, the quicker you get down. For every 10 people that get up to the top, only 9 people make it back down again to base camp. It is such a high attrition rate. And if you're not a mountaineer, and I'm not a mountaineer, then the risk is too great. There's a lady, she'd done less walking than I have now, and she went to do the top. She got to the top, she's been to the top of Everest, she got a picture taken at the top of Everest, but she sucked too much oxygen because she's got to be on oxygen all the time. Again, unless you're absolutely, you live at those sorts of altitudes, you're going to need oxygen. But anyway, that'll do for today. 10 miles over the weekend makes it 60 miles so far. Awesome. So I've been sleeping the last couple of days. I've been knackered. But there you go. Let's run the end credits.